Hi, I'm Christy, also known as the Little Salty Homesteader. This is my first YouTube video, but I kind of wanted to start out in the middle of my Halloween decorated garden, give you guys a tour. I am in zone 8A up in North Texas, so we can pretty much grow food year-round, and that's my goal. This is my first year gardening, so you'll see some stuff that maybe I'm doing wrong, but I'm learning. Everything is kind of an experiment this year, and it has been so much fun. So yeah, I'll go ahead and get this tour started and take you around my garden. Alright, so over here, this is kind of my wild and crazy jungle. It kind of is a hodgepodge of flowers and food and herbs and Halloween decorations. Halloween is my favorite season, so I thought what better time to do a garden tour than now. So I have a bit of black and blue salvia here and over there, and obviously they're looking very sad. It's the end of their season. I got them back in early May. Then I have some pink geraniums. The foliage is still really green and nice, but they're kind of slowing down on their bloom output. And then the ultimate Halloween decoration here is our broken fountain with the angel head right in the middle. We haven't fixed it yet because it's really heavy and I haven't felt like lifting it. So here we have African marigolds. These get really tall. We had some that were about 4.5 feet tall, but unfortunately once they get that big they are susceptible to wind damage, which is what happened here. We had a rainstorm and the wind kind of knocked it over, but all of the blooms just changed direction and started growing towards the sun, so I'm just leaving them until it starts to look just really sad and it's really struggling. Back here in this jungly corner I have coleopsis, I think, here and there. Whenever it's blooming, it has a really cute little yellow flower. Unfortunately, that bloom is kind of on its last leg. So, sorry, it's really blurry. I have pineapple sage here, cilantro growing out of a doubled up Texas tamale bag. I think that seems pretty fitting. Those tamales are so good, by the way. Those and the hatch green chili. I have some parsley that is newly sprouted and some dill that's newly sprouted. I just watered, so everything's looking a little wet and soggy. Echinacea, it's really struggling. These are a little red dwarf lantana. And then over here is my pot-o-magic. No, it's my zinnia. Most of what is in here is the queen lime orange. It's really been kind of the showstopper here. Just goes and goes and goes. There's also purple prince, I believe, and meteor, maybe. This is my creepy doll head jasmine, and then lemongrass. We'll move on over here to this fenced in section. We actually fenced this in early in the spring because we have bunnies, wild bunnies. This is kind of like a pollinator grow bag. It has pentas and purple salvia. The bees are really happy with both of those. This is okra that I planted super late. It's kind of a science experiment to see if I'll get anything before the frost or not. It's a little slow to start, so we'll see. That is not a real snake, but it does deter squirrels. Squirrels like to dig in all of my containers. They're very rude. I also have radishes, some carrots that the caterpillars got a hold of, so I covered it. Rainbow chard with surprise lavender, collard greens, ichiban eggplant with, I think, one ready to harvest. So I'm going to go ahead and pull that one now. And then some celery I regrew from grocery store scraps. Some more zinnias planted, some basil, pink sage, salvia that's starting to bloom. Then I have lots, I think I have 7 Cheyenne pepper plants, and they're all outputting pretty well right now. So what I'm doing with these is I am growing them until they're fully ripe, and then I am harvesting them and drying them and turning them into a pepper powder. The heat is pretty equivalent to cayenne, so a medium heat, not overbearing, but pretty spunky. Another pollinator grow bag. This one has more lantana than anything else. That's just a mesclun mix that's very, very early in its growth stages. Some basil. Campari tomatoes growing from grocery store tomatoes. It's doing really well. It has about 10 tomatoes on it right now. More lemongrass. I got the lemongrass to repel mosquitoes. It only works if you're standing right next to the lemongrass, so I'm not sure that I'll grow it again. More jasmine, and then my little mini herb garden back here. Lemon thyme, which I love, 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 love. I use it in chicken and dumplings, believe it or not, and it gives it such like a mildly fresh kick. And then garden sage, sweet basil with a giant spider, lavender, and then new marigold blooms. The last of my Cheyenne pepper plants and some bunching onions. I have no idea when these are ready, so if you know, please tell me. Mystery plant. It just started growing and I just left it because why not? Then here I have 2 rosemary shrubs. It looks like one giant one, but it's 2. It's about 12 years old. And we have rosemary, fresh rosemary year round, because it doesn't get cold enough here for it to stop growing. Some very sad bee balm. Then we have cinnamon basil and Genovese basil. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you might have seen the post where I have it all hanging in my kitchen drying. About a third of it came out of this right here. It was amazing how much grew. This is a cherry tomato, and yes, I know it looks so sad and scraggly and not great, but it's still putting out fruit, so I'm just letting it do its thing until it just doesn't want to grow anymore. Arugula, whatever was in there died, and I think that's a weed. I just planted some more lettuce seeds in here. French breakfast radish. It looks like it's close to ready, so I'll be harvesting that soon. This is Joker lettuce from Hudson Valley Seed Company, and it is really good. I really like it. It has like a flavor between romaine and spinach, I would say, where it's not like super greeny tasting like spinach, but it has more lettuce flavor than romaine, if that makes any sense. More radishes, more rainbow chard, more carrots. Or sorry, we have carrots here. I don't think I've shown you carrots yet. Baby bok choy, some more lettuces back here, and then along this back we have Bloomsdale spinach and some pansies. Then inside here I have lots of blue curled Scotch kale. I have 3 different ones here, here, and here. I have a French marigold plant, more basil. We go through a lot of basil. We really love it. And then I have cucamelons that I also planted late as an experiment. So we'll see. And then here is the purple magnolia sweet peas. They're really starting to grow a lot, so I'm excited to see some peas growing on there. And a ghostie. Then we have blue spice and red Genovese basil, Mad Hatter peppers, pimento peppers here. I think some lettuce is growing there. And then more Joker lettuce, citronella, which I learned is useless, bell pepper. I'm really excited about that. Jalapeno, this plant is starting to do really well. And these are bumblebee cherry tomatoes from Hudson Valley. Calendula growing, cauliflower here and here. And then back here I have Romanesco broccoli here, and then at this end. And then I have dragon tongue beans here and here. And it looks like I actually need to come harvest some because I see a couple that look ready. And then some more carrots. I think those are dragon carrots and maybe kaleidoscope. I didn't label the label very well. More collard greens. A little of arugula scragglers. Merlot lettuce. Then I have purple sprouting broccoli, a baby bok choy that was left from some other baby bok choy that got eaten up by caterpillars, more arugula, and more lettuce. And then that, I believe, is zinnia. And up on my patio, which I'm not going to show you today because it's a little messy after some wind and rain and stuff, I just have some really pretty things, hibiscus and coleus and things. So, yeah, thanks for watching my first YouTube video.